Thank you. Good evening. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers globally across the world, especially those who have been really very supportive of their children, very supportive of their family. I just want to say Happy Father's Day to you all. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, and we want to welcome you back to Pathway to Success, and a show of inspiration where we inspire you to the next level. A show where we have different guests that we bring in who are inspirational. They will tell you their struggles that they've been through to where that has brought them into the success that they're in today. And I have a very, very interesting guest this evening with us, Miss Treusha Nolan. She has been an entrepreneur for 30 years. Trudy got her start at the age of 18 years old in the beauty industry as a master barber, and she currently owns Salon Suites located in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm looking forward to go over there for her to cut my hair very soon. Over the years, she has built 4 successful businesses in beauty, restaurant, and event planning. Another thing I need to stop, I just mentioned restaurant. I need to come over there and get some good food too over there by our restaurant. In 2016, she became the owner of C Suites, Saloon, a salon suite complex with 21 salon suite rooms. And in 2018, she started Nolan's Taste of Nola. I like that. Nolan's Taste of Nola, a New Orleans style snowball stand alongside her husband, Brad Nolan. Yes, she's married. I know she's looking beautiful, but for all the men that is watching this, even the fathers, she's already taken. I just want to stand up right there to defend Brad on that one. Nolan grew so much in a short amount of time that she decided to open the Nolan's multi-purpose room, which is amazing, in 2020 during the pandemic, a space for a variety of events. She's a very, very successful woman, and I would love to, I would like to introduce to Pathway to Success this evening, Mrs. Treusha Nolan. Trudy, how are you doing?
Thank you. How are you? Great.
It's great to have you on Pathway to Success.
Thank you for having me.
What can I say about you? You're a winner. Your story is inspirational, and I want you to inspire us this evening. Everyone that has success have been through some obstacles and hurdles before they got where they got to where they're at today. And it takes a lot of hard work to get to the top. Tell us about yourself. Who are you and where are you from?
I'm Treusha Nolan. My name is Treusha Nolan. Most people call me Trudy. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Born and raised, still live here. And I'm just happy to be alive and happy to be a part of the community I represent, the Black community to the fullest. And I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be here.
Tell me something. What inspired you? Because at the age of 18, you decided to enter into the beauty industry. What really inspired you to become an entrepreneur and get into this industry?
Well, I became an entrepreneur early on at 18 when I started to be a barber. I was fresh out of high school, knew I didn't want to go to college. I knew that for a fact. But I also knew I couldn't be in my parents' house and not do anything. My mama was a registered nurse, but she was also a barber, and that's how she put herself through nursing school. And it's just in our blood, I believe, because all of my sisters are in the beauty industry as well. Both of my sisters, and my mother was as well. And I was the first to get in the beauty industry, even though I'm the youngest. And right out of high school, I went to barbering school and just never looked back.
So your mother, really and truly, she has started the foundation in your heart. She planted a seed because
Yes.
she was a barber first,
Yes.
and she sent herself to school to become an RN nurse.
Yes.
And then you now saw that and said, well, you know what, I'm going to go in, I'm going to become a barber, but why not do something even bigger than being a barber? Why not open my own business?
Well, being a barber is your own business, because you really work for yourself. It's all about the grind from day one. You don't get customers unless you seek them out, and buy your work.
Yeah.
And the fruits of your labor, that's how you make your living. So it started early on. I'm thankful for the path that I did choose to do barbering first, because it opened so many doors for me. I met so many people, and it just took off from there. Early on, I was very successful at 18, just with clientele. And back then, it was not popular to be a female barber,
Right.
especially that young. So that kind of put me on edge, but it gave me an advantage as well.
Yeah. So at that time when you started, it was, which is true, because you're the first, you cut men hair, right? Also, you cut everyone's hair.
Yes.
So at that time,
and most of my clientele are men.
most of your clientele are men. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll have to I'll have to come by to get my hair cut there.
Yes, you do.
Very soon when I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. How many hours though? How many hours you had to put in? How many hours a day do you work? And
Early on, it was all the time, mostly Tuesday at the time. Back then, we're talking about the early 90s, like 93. At the time, it was all the time, like from maybe about 10 in the morning to about 8 at night. And that went on for a long time. One thing I did, though, I never brought work home with me. I would never cut people at home, or I kept it professional. I left work at home. I didn't bring tools home to do people there or any of that. I just left work at work.
you left work there. I like that. And you're also married,
Yeah.
right? You have kids, right?
Yes.
May I ask how many kids you have?
I have two boys. One is 28 and the other one is 23. I had my oldest son when I was 17. So that was already an obstacle within itself, but we persevered. I've always had him. He was always my rollie. He went everywhere. He went to the barbershop with me some days. He was there with me all day too.
Yes.
But we made it happen.
I like that. So you had your first child at 17,
Mhm.
but that did not stop you from achieving the goal. That didn't stop you from with your desire to be a master barber. But what
Right.
you started as a master barber, but then you had a greater vision. You decided that you wanted to become your own, right? Own boss, open your own barber shop, beauty salon, and then you have moved to different things. Now you have Nolan's Taste of Nola, a New Orleans style snowball, and and you also have C-Suite Salon. What is that?
Yes.
What is
C
C-Suite Salon?
C-Suite Salon is a salon community. It's like a salon mall. Each room is a different business or a different hair salon. Um, Basically, that's it. It's kind of like if you would go to the doctor's office and they have private practices. Like you would be in the same doctor's office, but it may be multiple doctors in the facility, and they each have a wing of the building or something like that. So that's what it consists of, 21 suites, and each suite is a different salon.
Oh, that's very good.
So I basically run when I'm barbering, I run my business, which is Sheer Haven, which is totally separate from C-Suites. I just have Sheer Haven, and that's where I cut hair or braid hair or do hair. And then maybe someone across the hall has another salon, might be called Sunshine's Braid Boutique, something like that. That's how it's set up. So it's like 21 different spaces with 21 different operators, but they all have their own room.
What gave you that idea? That is so innovative. That is so creative. That you are a genius. Where did that idea come from?
I like to tell people kind of like I inherited that particular business because my sister actually did the business model for it when she went to cosmetology school, and she did a project, and that was her vision in 1996 when she went to cosmetology school. And when she graduated, she opened a hair salon, and I was first, but I was not the first innovator. She was actually opened this 21 suite salon that was not heard of in this city at the time. It was the first black and white. It was only one other one, and that was about 25 to 30 miles outside of Atlanta. So she actually started that business model, and when she was tired of the industry and was ready to kind of bow out gracefully, she sold it to me.
And you perfected it. So this is the only black present at the time when you started. It was the only black
at the time. Yes, it was not heard of. Now it's very common to have salon suites. I see them all over now. Even different states kind of picked that up. But at the time, no, that was not common. And they opened in 2003. And I was working in here that's when I started Sheer Haven, which is my hairstyling company, Sheer Haven. And I've been here since they opened in 2003. And in 2016, when they was ready to sell, I purchased.
Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
That is so this is so inspirational. For anyone that is watching out there, if you're determined and you have a great business plan, what would you say? Because we're going to take we're going to take a break in 1 minute's time.
Okay.
What would you say to someone who would love to get into the beauty industry, or someone who has an idea, a desire to be their own boss, to start their own business?
Take that leap. If you desire what you desire in your heart, you shall pursue. You should always pursue what you desire in your heart, because nothing is ever going to feel right until you pursue what it is your heart desires.
I'm sure a lot of people now are excited. They're watching this. Levon White, Mr. Levon White also is watching us. Hollywood, Levon White, Devon,
Okay.
Chevron White, yes. Hollywood actor. He's watching, producer. He's watching you. I just recognize that he's watching you. So that's great.
Thank you for watching.
You go, Trudy. You go. Well, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to ask Miss Treusha Nolan to tell us in detail some of the challenges and obstacles that she had to overcome to the journey of success.
Got it. Will do.
Good job. Great job.
Join the C-Suite Salon, a private practice community. As a Chief Experience Officer of your new suites, you will be located in a major corridor of Metro Atlanta, providing easy access for your clientele with close proximity to all major highways. And plenty of parking. We offer 6, 12, and 18-month leasing options. Amenities include secure access 24 hours and 7 days a week. We have on-site laundry for your use, a break room, and access to business and educational resources. Your clients will enjoy their experience at the C-Suites, whether they are sitting in our professional waiting area or utilizing the vending options. With a break room and available Wi-Fi. Additionally, we provide access to accidental, life, medical, dental, and vision insurance. That is yours to keep, even if you decide to leave our community. You will also have access to a mobile application for your salon to enhance your customer experience and business operations. If you would like to learn more, please call us at 404-209-9392 or email us at hello@csweetsalon.com. HELLO@csweetsalon.com.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us back with Mrs. Treusha Nolan, an entrepreneur, very innovative entrepreneur. I believe she has created history as the first black woman. I would say that from listening to her, that owns something like it is known as C-Suite Salon room, suite rooms. I think that is amazing. That is very innovative, and that is very powerful. But and what I'm very impressed with, Trudy, if that's okay, Miss Nolan, is that you had a child at the age of 17, but that did not stop you. And even when you stepped out to work, you had your baby boy with you. I like that. And you continued nurturing your child, you continued focusing on your business, and today you're a success story. Now, being an entrepreneur, tell us some of the challenges that you had to overcome on your journey to success.
Well, just being an entrepreneur, it takes up a lot of your time. You have to be basically in it to win it. Even being in the beauty industry, everybody knows. You've been in hair salons and barbershops. You know, we're in there countless hours, trying to please everybody. And a lot of times you get put on the back burner, and so does your family. And, you got to find that time, and you got to find just a way to be family oriented at the same time, because it's very challenging. You need your family, despite what people may think. And then some people don't have family. They create families in these atmospheres. The beauty salon and the barbershop has been a hub for the black community going back eons. We're everybody's rock. We're everybody's sounding board, and a lot of times you can take on those different spirits, and you end up taking that stuff home with you, because these people trust you, and they become like family. So those can be obstacles too, taking on everybody's everything. And you got to learn to separate the two and still have time for self as well.
So some of the days, even though you're taking care of people's hair, you're cutting hair and all of that, you become a counselor sometimes, because you listen to people share whatever problems that they're going through. They'll share, and they'll ask you advice, I'm sure.
Yes.
on many different topics,
Yes.
and you have to you literally find yourself playing roles sometimes as a mother, as
Yes.
a best friend, also as a business motivator to motivate another individual to start their own business, but also as someone that they know that, well, I can stop by Mrs. Nolan and speak to her, and she'll give me a solution to my problem. And I have something here that I want to share right now with persons that's watching this program. Stay away from negative people. They always have a problem for every solution. I think you know about that, right?
Yes. Yes.
When you decided to step forward with this venture, um, how many persons have said to you that you could not have done it because at the time you had a child, a 17-year-old child? How many persons came to you and said, well, Trudy, I don't think you can make it because you have the baby boy there. I don't think that this will grow. Because let's look at the real thing. There's a lot of beauty salons around. How do you stay ahead of the game? How do you stay so creative and innovative or successful so that others will still come out to your business when you have the market is so flooded with beauty salons?
One, because I do what I do. I just stay in my own lane. I don't try to do anything outside of what I know I can do and do well. And I focus solely on that. My competition is me. I have 2 other salons in this plaza where I am, but it has nothing to do with me, nor my business, nor what I have created in a sense of what I give to my clients, what they're looking for in me. And that's all I can focus on. And that's all anybody can focus on with any business. You should not look at others as competition. Just you are your own competition. And I know social media makes us compare all the time and feel like we're not doing much of anything. But long as you're doing what you set out to do, that's your competition. And that's what you roll on.
What are some of the challenges that you had to go through since you've started business?
Financial. I remember when I did buy the suites. I think this is the first year that I paid myself.
This year?
Itself, yes. Now I made money behind the chair with my own company, Sheer Haven, but I had to put something in place where I want entrepreneurs to know you don't have the luxury of spending off the rip, not unless you are made already. Pretty much you come to the table with that working capital and all of that stuff, which makes a difference. But you got to learn how to invest in yourself first before you start to spend what you don't have. And I think a lot of Black entrepreneurs do that early on. They see that they're making the money, but truly they can't run the business properly because they're taking from it at the same time.
I like that. So what you're saying is that persons, when you start a business, you should wait until the business start producing enough capital before start taking money away from the business, out of the business. And so for the past 18 years, this year is the first year.
Since I purchased the suites in 2016. Now I've always had income from being behind the chair myself. That I did work at least 4 days a week, which I'm now down to being behind the chair myself only 1 day a week. That's because now I have enough tenants in my establishment, which is C Suites, because really it's just a landlord-tenant situation. It's just not an open floor salon. So the 21 rooms that I needed to fill, now they have been filled. And now I can take a break a little bit from that aspect and grow my other businesses. But I had to just not really suffer, because those are the challenges. It's like you don't take away from what you built, not early on. You like I said, unless you have it like that. I didn't have it like that. I knew I needed to get these tenants in this building, and I had to wait it out. And it took 4 years to have it just steady with steady tenants and not a revolving door to just keep people in place. And that's all about what you offer and what I brought to the table and how I am as a person.
And is your business open 7 days a week?
Yes, this is C-Suites is a 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week facility. Each person can come at any time of the day. Some people, I'm in my event center right now, which is next door to the salon. So somebody could be over there now working, for all I know. I don't know. I haven't been over there in a few hours, but yeah, it's a 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week facility. They have access.
How did you coped or fared during the when the COVID-19 hit hit America and the entire globe? How did that affect your business? How do you survive? Inspire us.
And that was the thing. That's what put me over the top. That was a blessing to my business in so many ways. All of my businesses, in fact. That right there put me over the top. What we thought would harm us the most actually saved us, because we became sought after. People didn't want to be in open floor salons anymore. They wanted that private space. And now I have a waiting list.
Wow.
We had a waiting list back in 2003 when we first opened here, when I did not own the suites at the time. But over the years, the industry has changed so much. But the pandemic put us over the top with with renting the suites, and now I'm full and I have to turn people away now.
Wow, this is a very amazing story, successful story, because when the COVID-19 came on board, there are so many persons that closed down, but this has turned around to work in your advantage for you.
Yes.
As a businesswoman.
Yes.
And so you have to be turning people away.
Yeah, now I have to say, if they say, and I get at least 10 calls a day asking, do we have any suites available? And I just have to either put them on the waiting list or turn them away, because that's just what it is right now. People don't want to be around a lot of people at one time, so they're seeking out salon suites.
So this idea that you got has been an idea that has brought you into a lot of success. It's a winning idea. What did you do to push yourself through worse times, though? When things got rocky, how did you keep your focus? How did you keep yourself resolved on the goal? How did you do that?
You just can't give up. You got to keep your eye on the prize. You know it'll get greater later. And you have to keep those thoughts in your head. Like, this is going on now, but what's the end goal? And you keep your eye on the prize and you stick with the end goal. No, I was not making any money from the salon suites. No, it was not full. Yes, I had to advertise. Yes, and then a lot of times those things don't work, but one thing I never do is tell people what I'm doing until it's done. That keeps the naysayers down. That keeps people from being in your ear. You don't have to inquire to people all the time about what you should do. If you know what the end goal is going to be and you have that in your mind, you stick with that. I didn't ask anybody, did it make sense for me to open my snowball stand right next to the suites? Really, it's part of the salon suites community. I just changed it into something else. I didn't ask people, what do you think this is going to be a good idea? Because people will talk you down off the ledge when you don't need to be talked down off the ledge. Sometimes you need to jump. It's not all the time that you need to be still and listen and hear what someone has to say or give your opinion, because that puts doubts in your heart and in your spirit when you know it's something that your heart desires, but you don't jump toward that. You just hold tight on what somebody might have said, or it didn't work for them, or no, don't do this. You get a lot of that when you share too much. And I've just learned over the years and looking at other people in business, stop sharing until it's done. Work on what you're working on, share later.
I like that. I like that. Working on what you're working on, share later. Let the naysayers see that you are winning big. what an inspirational moment with Mrs. Treusha Nolan from out of Atlanta, Georgia, business owner and master barber. What do you do to keep yourself motivated when fear comes in? Have you ever been, I'm sure everybody has been there when sometimes there's doubts. You're wondering where the next client will come from. We need more clients.
Right.
How you keep yourself motivated during such a time?
I remember, and when I started my barbering career, I remember in 1993, I was in a prominent area in Atlanta, like the Buckhead area. It was very prominent, but along the way, make a long story short, I ended up leaving that side of town that I had built my career on for 8 years, and went to work on about 35 miles from where I started, to work in my sister's salon. Back in 2000, I started working in her salon, and I basically started from scratch. I mean, how many people was going to follow me from 25 miles side of town to a whole nother side of town? It's scary. It's scary. I literally started my career all over again. And that was very hard. Financially, it was hard. But again, you keep your eye on the prize and know it's going to get greater later. And you just stick to it. That didn't mean I was going to go out and start doing something else, or felt like I failed at that and do something else. I've done nothing. My main source of income has been barbering. I have not done anything outside of that. So I didn't know nothing else. It wasn't no plan B, plan C. No, you got to stick with plan A. And that's what I did. It wasn't no, do something else, find another career. That was it for me. So I had to make it work.
You stick with what you love, right?
Yes.
And you hang in there and give it your best. And today you're a winner. Today you're a winner.
Yeah. A lot of people don't, though. A lot of people don't stick to what they love, and they hate what they do. And to me, it's so disheartening when people on jobs that they don't want to be on. I hate that. And I think my kids, all of our children, have learned that, because none of them work for anybody. They can't. They haven't seen that before. So they don't identify with it. So all of them are entrepreneurs. Not one of our children works for someone else. They don't even work for us. And that's deep. When I sat and thought about it, I really thought about that. Well, I was just told my husband the other day, do you realize none of our children work for anybody? They all work for themselves. And that is what I'm most proud of and appreciative of, that they get that part of it. It's gonna be hard, but they get that part of it. But they know that they don't want to work for anyone else.
And they don't work for you. They don't work with your business.
No.
I like
None
that. I like that level of inspiration, and I love the mere fact that they've watched you start your own they have watched it grow, and they've learned from you so well that they have now stepped out to do what they want to do in their own field of choice,
Yes.
which is a rounding success. We're
Yes.
going to take a break. I think our producer earlier on had signaled to me about a break, but we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with Mrs. Nolan, Treusha Nolan, this inspirational businesswoman from out of Georgia. You're really inspiring us today on Pathway to Success. I'm very happy, and I'm even more happy to hear your children, business owners, and they're doing their own. We'll be right back with you with Pathway of Success.
All right.
With Miss Treusha Nolan.
Are you ready to look and feel your best about your skin and body? Visit us at Belle Brûlée. We are here at the Mission Lakes Plaza, located near the Sal's Pizza and the deli. Visit us to begin to feel amazing about yourself. We offer wrinkle reduction treatment, Botox, derma fillers, radio frequency, laser hair removal, and so much more. What's unique about Belle Brûlée is that we have a multidisciplinary approach to your care. We offer a team of multidisciplinary specialists who are here to take care of your skincare needs. It's 2021. Come on, join us. Make an appointment now to begin living your best life.
Thank you so much. We're back with Miss Nolan, Treusha Nolan, I'm sorry. And she's a very, very inspirational, powerful businesswoman from out of the state of Atlanta, Georgia. And she's been sharing with us her pathway to success. Miss Nolan, or should I say Treusha?
Yeah.
What has been your most satisfying moment being an entrepreneur or business owner?
The most satisfying moment is every moment. Just living a dream. You know, never thought I'd be a business owner. Just thought I would just always be behind a chair, but not a businesswoman like I am now. So every day is a success to me. Every day is a dream. Every day is exciting. It's tiring, but it's exciting.
I almost felt the need to ask my producer to get me a flight to come out to Nolan's Taste of Nola this evening on Father's Day, but I'm not sure. Is it open right now? Would we get there in time? To try some of that New Orleans style snowball. That is what gave you that vision? For someone that is in the air business, what gave that vision to try that?
My husband is from New Orleans, Louisiana, and he introduced me to something called snowballs, what most people refer to as snow cones, but it's two totally different things. Snow cones are pretty icy and dry, where snowballs are like very soft ice and has juice all the way to the bottom of, the snowball. Unlike snow cones are dry from the beginning to the end. But he introduced me to snowballs. That's just a culture in New Orleans. It is very popular. It's one just about on every corner in New Orleans, and we just brought it to the city of Atlanta.
How's it doing? How is it? Are the people
very well? Very well. When we opened, we didn't think it would do is, it was just really a notion. Like I just said to him one day, let's step out there. He's right here now. So I just asked him one day to take me to the company actually to do a tour. And by not even 9 months later, we was opening the Snowball Stand as part of our Salon Suite community. But I don't know if you all have Brewsters in Florida or not, but it's that concept where you walk up to the window, kind of like a truck or whatever, but it's not a truck. We're actual business, but we don't allow people to come inside. They can only order from the window, which has been very, very successful to us, because at the time my husband was working for the school board here in Georgia, and by that next year he quit his job.
Wow.
So he's able to run Nolan's full time.
That's good. I like the idea, especially with the pandemic, when the COVID-19 came across. That must have worked out pretty well, because you couldn't have had a certain amount of people inside of a restaurant. So for a person to walk up right to the window and order their Snowball, that's a win-win-win.
Yes.
I want to tell Mr. Brad Nolan, happy Father's Day for me. And you both are really winning. So I've been inspired by your inspirational story this evening. What strategies are you implementing now to keep your success? And what else do you plan for the future, 5 years from now?
Right now, our goal is if Nolan's 2, we want to open another one. But it's gonna be a slow process. I'm kind of treading on water with that right now, because I need to figure out how I want to grow it properly and successfully, and basically duplicate our sales. We are big. Brad and I are very big on customer service and giving our community what it deserves, where a lot of businesses, customer service is very lacking in our community, and that's just being honest, and we both are big on that. That's why we're so hands-on. We don't have any employees. It's us. We do it Tuesday through Sunday. People are used to seeing us. They're used to the good customer service, and until I can duplicate that to the fullest, we'll just be at one location until I can basically, like I said, duplicate ourselves. Because if you cannot bring that customer service that we so desire our community to have, and I don't want to open up another place in a different community outside of our own. And when I say a different community, I do mean the Black community. I'm big on that, and just servicing us and giving us the best that we could possibly have. And my husband is very big on that as well.
You're very successful, you and your husband, and both businesses are really winning. What have you done for the community? Anything you've done for the community? Give back.
We give back a lot. For Halloween, we do a big festival out here. We haven't done it since COVID, but before we even opened Nolan's, we were working with a great friend and business partner of mine, Flo Flowers, who just started her own nonprofit organizations. But we would go out by ourselves for a long time. We would call our mission the Midnight Madness mission, because we would go out at night and feed the homeless.
I like
Midnight Madness mission. That was like, we would go out, we would get all of this food. She worked at the college at the time, and we would have all of this catered food, and we would just put it into gold containers, and every Wednesday we would go out and feed the homeless from about somewhere between 9 o'clock at night, some till about midnight some nights. And we would just drive all around Atlanta Sometimes we could have like 100, 150 plates. And it just became a big thing for us for a long time. And my son would call it get his Jesus points.
Get his what?
Jesus points, like doing good for people. So he would call it getting his Jesus points on. So we would do that for a long time with our kids. We would make our kids come out with us. And we did that every Wednesday for about 2 to 3 years. And we would put packages together for women with purses and old purses. We would get people to donate old purses and fill them up with just a lot of toiletries and all that kind of stuff and give clothes away. And it was just us, ourselves, just somehow making it happen. And we did it for about 2 or 3 years straight, not missing a beat. And everything was provided. And I'm a big believer in that. You put that in the universe, that's what you get back. And I think that's part of why our business has become so successful, because we don't mind giving. And we give well and we give back all the time. We may not do it on the scale that we were doing it on 1 or 2 years ago, but we still do it in a way, but not as big.
That's great. I like to hear that. That's very amazing. In moving forward, do you see? I know that you are the central. Everything's centralized right now. You're at one location. Where can people connect with you? How can they find where you are?
We're at 5495 Old National Highway in College Park, Georgia. We are Suite A5 through A9. So we have majority of the complex on this side of town in this particular plaza. So that's like 5 or 6 different suites that we have, and all of the businesses are next door to each other pretty much. And we're on Instagram. You can follow us at Nolan's Taste of Nola. That's Nolan's, Nolans, Taste, Taste of Nola, Nola. And if you want to follow us with the sweets, that's Instagram, C-Sweet Salon, Instagram and Facebook. And the same with Nolan's Taste of Nola. That's the same on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Now you hear it. You've heard it from the best, Mrs. Trudy Nolan. Treusha. Is that the other name?
Treusha.
Treusha. I didn't want to pronounce it because of my Jamaican accent.
I love it.
You love it. Thank you so much. And Mr. Brad Nolan. And I just like this name. Nolan's Taste of Nola. I like that. How do you come up with that name? I just like that.
Well, I wanted to marry the two because my husband is from New Orleans, which they call NOLA for short. And I wanted to integrate those two because that's where Snowballs originated, in New Orleans, Louisiana. So I wanted to combine our last name because it's really close to NOLA. We're Nolans, and we're the Nolans, and I just needed that connection. So I said, I got it, Nolan's Taste of Nola, because in Atlanta, we just giving you a taste of what the cuisine or the snacks are like in New Orleans, which is NOLA.
I like that. Maybe you should do a reality show.
Oh, Lord,
The
no.
Nolans. The Nolans. I remember some years ago I read Louis L'Amour. He's a well-famous Western author, writer of Western books. And he had, there was this guy by the name of Nolan's Run. He was one of the fastest drawers in the West at the time. And when you said Nolan's, I just remember that book. I've read it many years. I think I started reading that book. I read that book in 1980, 81, 82. Wow. And Nolan's, the name Nolan just came back to me. But while I'm listening to you speaking to me, I said, oh my word, they should start a reality show, Nolan's. That's good.
Wow. Maybe one day.
You and Brad could sit and think about that.
something into an existence.
Yes, yes. I want to thank you so much for taking your busy time. I know today is Father's Day, and you have to take time out to show your appreciation to Brad. But I want to thank you for taking time out to share your inspirational story with us. A story that will change everyone that is watching today's way of looking on life. It will transform people to step forth in boldness and confidence in the gift that they have, and to work with what they have, because if they work with what they have, they'll come out as winner. I want to thank you again for making Pathway to Success such a great Father's Day show, a Father's Day of inspiration, and we want to wish you and Brad all the best. I'm looking forward also to come by. I've never had snowball. Never. I've never tried. Never.
Please.
So when I come to Georgia, I'm going to say to Tina, my daughter, you need to take me down there. So I can try it.
Send her to test it out for you first.
Okay, I'm going to do that. As a matter of fact, she should be watching right now. She'll be getting the address, so I hope that she and Ricardo will be heading straight down there. But I want to thank you so much for your inspiration, for sharing with us this evening your story, how you pathway to success. You're a great success today, and you have really inspired us in a greater level than we've ever been inspired before. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I want to thank all those who have joined with us today, and I want to say this before I go. This is a key of wisdom. Stay away from negative people. They always have a problem for every solution. Another thing that I want to share with you before I go also is this. People may destroy your image, stain your personality, but they can't take away your good deeds. Continue doing good. Because no matter how they describe you, you will still be admired by those who really know you better. Happy Father's Day, and have a great inspirational week. I'm Dr. Michael Hunter saying we'll see you next week.